Now, let's look at heading tags, an easily used and yet often forgotten SEO tool. The HTML H tags are the heading tags. They denote headings that introduce body text. Now, I've recently heard it said in the SEO community that H tags don't matter, under the strange reasoning that they help, but not much, so they're not worth using. Well, Google recommends that you use H tags, and they probably do help SEO a little, so why not use them?
Well, here's why people often don't use them. This heading's been created using CSS and omitting H tags. It's using a class called product_label to define what the text looks like on screen. This is common among many web designers these days. It's common to use CSS, cascading style sheets, to do all the formatting. The problem is, it doesn't tell the search engines that the text is header text.
Why do we want to tell the search engines that text containing keywords is header text? Because if a keyword is found in a header, the search engine has a good idea that the keyword must be important. You don't put irrelevant or vaguely related words in headings, after all. You put words that describe what follows into headings. So I do believe H tags, heading tags, are important.
Here's an example of a situation in which H tags are being used. This heading is set as an H1 heading, the top level of headings. The web designer is still able to use CSS to modify how the text will appear in the browser, but is also telling the search engines that this text is heading text. So nothing's lost. There's really no reason not to use H tags. By the way, notice the item prop equals name attribute in the H tag. That is structured data markup, a way to tell search engines what this text actually is, that it's the name of a product. This is a subject we're going to be looking at in a later lesson. So there are several heading tags in HTML, H1 through H6, 6 different hierarchical levels. You don't have to use them all, and you don't have to use many on your page, but if you do have headings, especially when you have product headings or page titles above body text, you might as well use H tags. And of course, you're going to be putting the keywords for which you're optimizing the page into those headings.
At this point, you might want to play around with heading tags in your sample or test page. Figure out how to create the headings in whatever editing tool you're using. And in fact, you might need to work out how to modify the cascading style sheets so that H tags appear on your pages in the way you want them.